welcome to the 4th edition of KC News. I am Madeline Schmidt. This week, our Student Council has been working hard to find ways to keep our student body active throughout the school. Our first idea is a virtual Spirit Week dress-up day. This Friday, it will be Wolf Gear Day. So on Friday, wear your favorite wolf gear and send a picture of you in it to the email above. These pictures will be featured on next week's news. I will now send it over to Jacob Nolan, who is interviewing Mr. Wachter with a segment on distance learning.
Hello, I'm here with Mr. Wachter. Thanks for joining us, Mr. Wachter.
Hi, everybody. Just want to tell all the students out there how much we miss you. I hear it from every teacher that I see, although I'm starting to see fewer face to face. But I tell you what, as an educator, you really take for granted getting to see the kids every day in the hallway. So we can't wait. When that day comes, we can get you back in here. So again, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, no problem. We'll dive right in here. What are the student expectations for online learning during this time?
I think one question I get often is, are we going to have to work 7 hours a day like we typically would, in the school day? And I continually answer that question with no. Our online learning has to be less hours or less time than it would be if we had you in-house at the school. But the major expectations that we want to see from our students is you need to be checking your email and checking your Google Classrooms daily. That doesn't mean it has to be a specific time unless a teacher set up an exact time that, hey, I'd like to meet. You can check them at night, but I think the habit we want to get into is just checking our online activity every single day. So we can see if assignments are coming up, when they're coming up, and that way you can stay on top of everything. Where
should students be checking for updates on various events or whatnot?
So my best advice would be to download the KC Wolves app. You can like the Kidder County Wolves Facebook page or Twitter, but we push a lot of weekly announcements out on that page. Many times there'll be too much information to put into a post, so we'll link a PDF to our website. Another question I get often is grading. I want everybody to know we're leaving our grading system the same. So the letter grades are the same, percentages are the same, and GPA is the same. But we have communicated often that our teachers are going to be extremely flexible. Okay, they'll be flexible with their due dates. They'll be flexible with do-overs and retakes and things like that. But in turn, to get that flexibility, what I'm asking from our students is communication. I need you to be communicating with your teachers if you're struggling. If you're struggling with due dates, if you're struggling with times, if you say, hey, this week I'm stuck babysitting all week. I'm not going to have time to work on this assignment. Can I get an extension? And then the teachers are more than willing to give those extensions. What I don't want to happen is I don't want us to have no communication with the student for multiple weeks. And then all of a sudden that student pops on and shoots an email and says, hey, I was busy for 3 weeks. What can you do for me? We're looking for, we'll be extremely flexible, and so will the teachers, as long as the students are willing to communicate.
Makes sense. Mr. Wachter, what are you doing during your free time during quarantine to kind of stay sane?
Lots of different things. I guess, one way to look at it, and I was kind of thinking the other day of, putting a good spin on this. I don't think I've ever wanted to go get fast food or go hit up a movie more than right now. I was thinking about, man, it would be nice to just take this time and drive home to Wisconsin and see my parents, and unfortunately can't do that. So I think it does make a person realize how much we took for granted, and I think we'll be better off when we get through the end of this. Yeah, what am I doing? Spending a lot of time with my kids. It's actually really nice. My wife is working from home, so I've had the advantage of every single day we kind of have a routine and playing with the kids. I was doing lots of yard work and raking until we got about 4 or 5 inches of snow. So I see the sun's out today. I'm kind of looking forward to getting back and doing some of those honey to-do projects that I have at home. Next might be painting a brick outside my house. I painted some steps yesterday, but anything to keep busy, I guess. Missing the kids a lot.
There you go. Last question here, Mr. Wachter. Wisconsin Badgers men's basketball team over under 21 wins next season.
Ooh, boy, that's tough coming off a national championship. You know, it's funny you ask that question because I just about ordered a national champ shirt that had the asterisks on the bottom that based on the ESPN computer simulation, the Wisconsin Badgers were national champs this year. So that might be the only national championship I get. Boy, 21 wins. I'm going to say over 21. I think they're coming into the tournament next year as a 2 seed. I'm going to be my guess. 2 seed. Yeah, I'm going to say over. Good question.
Over. All right. That's all the time we got. Thanks for your time, Mr. Wachter.
All right. Thank you very much, Jacob. And everybody, we miss you. Can't wait to see you again.
Just a reminder to the student body that the Executive Student Council Committee, consisting of Tiana, Jacob, Haley, and I, meet with Mr. Wachter and Mrs. Kalmbach every Friday discussing any questions the student body may have. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let us know, and we will get these questions answered to the best of our ability. I'll now send it over to Maylee Furman, who has come up with a few ideas on how to stay busy throughout quarantine.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Maylee Furman here from Kidder County News to bring you a few ideas of some things to do while in quarantine. One thing to do while in quarantine is watch your favorite movie. This may be the 20th time you're watching it, but it never gets old. Or read your favorite book again for the 6th time. Reading your favorite book will never get old. You could do the chores because, gotta keep the house clean somehow. Or you could make something. Gotta try out those new recipes somehow. You can do your homework. Gotta make sure you keep up those grades. You could teach yourself a new language. I like sign language. You could work out. Any room could be your workout space. And lastly, you could take a nap. You have to keep that energy up and get that homework done on time. I'm Maylee Furman. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Isaiah Harder, and I'm back at it again to give you your live local weather update. As many of you can tell, if you have stepped outside recently in the last 2 or 3 days, spring has not come yet. That is very disappointing. The high is 53, and as the week goes on, it is reported to get lower and lower, even into the low 30s. This weekend is supposed to be in the mid-30s, from 35 on Saturday and 39 on Sunday.
Thank you, Isaiah, for the weather update. On behalf of KC News, I'm Madeline Schmidt.
I'm Jacob Nolan.
And I'm Maylee Furman.
Thanks
for watching.
And I'm Isaiah Harder, and we'll see you again next week.